Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing great today. I had a difficult time getting this message out this afternoon. Unfortunately, I've been under spiritual attack, but that's okay. I can handle it. I'm protected, so no worries about that. So everything was trying to prevent me from getting this message out. So I guess it's important for it to get out there for those who need to hear it. These messages will be received in divine timing for the individuals who need to hear them. And as always, if they don't apply, please let them fly. You're always welcome to come back to the next one. But I do encourage listening in a little bit longer because there might be a piece of information out there specifically for you to hear. That being said, today's message is from Source. Uh, Actually, it's been going on for quite a while. I didn't want to put this message out there, but I'm given no option. It has to be put out there. And I want everyone to understand before I put this message out, this has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with spirituality. So if you are perceiving anything political out of it, it's on your own side because that's not where I'm coming from. Because basically, I have no preference because, in my viewpoint, the way politics is going, they're all at fault, regardless of the side that they're on. Uh, this message is for uh, everyone out there to be mindful. Source is asking us really to be mindful of the choices that we're making, especially when it concerns doing something from a political standpoint. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means many people, unfortunately, have been indoctrinated by their churches, by political figures on either side, regardless, it doesn't matter. There is right and wrong with a lot of situations. Unfortunately, the political agenda that's happening in our country right now is critical. It's really critical for us to understand. And this is where the split is going to begin. Now, if we can look at this from a spiritual perspective, there is a spiritual war going on for the soul of the people in this country. Okay. This is uh, intentional. Okay. They use churches, they use certain political figures coming across as saviors when they're not. For example, if we can remember back to the attempted assassination on Donald Trump in Pennsylvania, where he miraculously showed up 3 days later, nearly having a bullet miss his ear, okay, with a bandage on his ear, okay? This was intentional. This was a direct mockery of the crucifixion, okay? And it was also a silent message that many refuse to see or are unable to see. So this message will hopefully allow you to see the truth behind that. Okay. This was symbolic in the sense that it was a rise of evil that's going on in this country. Okay. So I'm sorry if you support this. Source wants you to understand that you're on the wrong track. Okay. If you're supporting this because of your own hatred and vile bigotry, it's not a reason to support a political party. Okay. If you consider yourself of Christ consciousness, a Christian, or of any religious faith, okay, and you want to demonize other people for the color of their skin, their sexuality, their gender, what have you, you're going down the wrong path. Source wants you to be aware. You have a choice. It's your choice to make, but consequences will arrive for that. You put out negative vibration, and negative vibration will eventually return to you. Okay. So if you're supporting a political party based upon your own bigotry, your hatred of other people, and especially if you call yourself a Christian, if you can honestly look at yourself, deeply look within yourself, okay, and see, okay, why it is that you're choosing this, okay? Are you really that filled with hatred? Do you really wish demise for other people? Do you really want those who lack to have less? Those are not Christian values. They were never Christ values, okay? So if you're doing this is a warning for you. Change the trajectory, okay? Back it up because you're going down the wrong path. And for those on the other side, okay, who think that, name calling and not trying to understand the other person is okay, that's incorrect also. Okay. That's not what this is about. We're all one in this country and we need to get back to that. Okay. And I'm speaking of those in the United States. Okay, and even throughout the rest of the world, this is not going on simply here. This is basically evil trying to infiltrate and take over, using people, okay, especially using many ministers out there to directly mislead people into keeping them in the false matrix and being enslaved. We really have to be aware of what's going on. So, Source is really wanting me to get this message out there. And I could tell you, I did not want to put this message out there. I fought it. I fought it. I fought it all the way. But Source said, enough. You got to do what I'm asking you to do. And that's it. So, this is what I'm doing. So, for whatever it's worth, hopefully this will reach the people that it needs to reach, you know. And this includes those who are surrounded by people who are doing the wrong thing. If you call yourself a Christian or a person of a religious faith and you allow other people to continue going down the wrong path, you're just as much at fault. Now, we can't change people from their path. We can give them a word of encouragement and assist them if they're willing. But then we have to learn to separate ourselves from those who refuse to walk a path of life, of light, excuse me, because that's only going to drag you down with them. Their negative karma, their negative behavior will be placed upon you. And I'm sure that those who are listening to me right now understand what I'm saying. Okay. So there are decisions to be made. Okay. Do you need to remove yourself from a political ideology that's not in alignment with source value? Okay. That's not in alignment with the frequency of goodness. You know, there's darkness out there, people, and we have to be willing to see it. Last night I was under spiritual attack, and I know where it's coming from. Partially, it was from me. It was trying to prevent me from getting this message out. The second part was it was from my ex and his little minions, and he thinks I'm unaware of what he's doing. But again, they don't understand. I wish them no ill will, but they have to understand. People like myself are highly protected. So I always say, bring it on, but be prepared to bear the consequence for that. And it's not coming from me. It's coming from the spiritual realms and my ancestors, which protect me. Okay, those individuals who give me the messages to put out there to help enlighten and guide people, because that's what this channel is about. It's about helping those who are interested in walking a better path in life, who are seeking enlightenment, and who are trying to follow the true path of peace. Because at the rate we're going, unfortunately, we are headed towards a major civil war. Okay? And I don't mean that to scare anyone, because there's still time to turn it around. But we have to wake up. Okay? We have to wake up. We actually have a administration right now that is trying to desperately stay in control. Okay? Because they are being controlled by the dark forces. Okay? They are desperately trying to remain in control of the collective. Okay? And they think by creating a war that that's going to give them another term. Okay? Or it's going to extend this term, this administration's term limit. Okay? We have to be aware. We have to. You have to realize what's going on. And if somebody is telling you something that you know is inherently wrong deep down within inside you, it's up to you to make the change, and it's up to you to speak up. Okay, just like people like myself who do this, it's everybody's job, or everybody's calling, I should say, to speak up against what is incorrect, because that's how we move forward on this planet. That's how we connect with each other. Okay, we forgot how to look at each other with love. Okay, we are so indoctrinated by large corporations. Okay, for instance, you have the pharmaceutical companies that want to keep people sick. Okay, they make the medication so expensive, and the medication that they give you, okay, yeah, it helps, but then it damages something else, and then you need another pill to counteract the effects of that. Okay, personally, and I'm not telling anyone what to do, I prefer the ancient medicines. Okay, the ancient Indian cultures, Asian cultures. Okay, those herbal remedies that they have taught us that don't work, or they try to make us believe with nonsense, are the things that actually solve the illnesses. Because the ancients had wisdom from the divine, okay, on what plants to use to actually remedy a situation, not keep you perpetually sick or not give you something with side effects that needs another pill to counteract it. And this is all about making money. Okay. The other belief is that you know, organic food, or this is the new thing that's going on. Everything is organic. Everything is labeled organic. Okay. Source wants you to understand you can't trust anything being labeled organic unless you see it for yourself, unless you grow it yourself. Okay. Think of it logically. Can these big companies afford to lose all their vegetation because it has no pesticides on it? Okay, it's all about money. Remember, we live in a capitalist country. They don't care about your health. But yet they figured out a way of creating this label of organic, making you pay more, okay? And it's the same as the other food that's in the supermarket. There's no difference. It's all the same. It all comes from the same place, okay? It's all a ruse. If you really want organic stuff, and if you have space to grow, and anyone could do that today, even in an apartment, you can grow things, small things if you need to, tomatoes and whatnot. Uh, Grow them yourself because we are unfortunately being misled and lied to. Okay, and that's the bottom line. They are not trying to help us as a whole in society. They are, especially politicians. All of them on both sides are run by huge corporations, huge lobbyists. You know, perfect example is the cigarette companies. Okay, they manage because they had such a large lobby. Okay, they've known that cigarettes have caused injury to people and harmed people and killed people. But they lobbied against the vaping industry. Why? Because it was helping people and it was cutting into their bottom line. Think about that. You know, it's all a game, and we have to wake up. Again, you have a choice. You can listen to what I'm telling you. You don't have to listen to what I'm telling you. It's up to you. But what I tell you comes from the heart and comes from a divine source that's beyond me. And I appreciate that. It gives me protection. It has guided me in life. Even though my life wasn't easy and I ran into a lot of nonsense, and I really don't talk about it much because this channel is not about me. It's not. But I'm here to help those who are willing to listen, you know, and hopefully, those who hear this message will understand it and know what to do with it. I want to wish you all a good day and much peace and love. And I want to thank everyone who has taken the time to be here. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.